What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. In the last episode, we made our way up through Zora's River and into Zora's Domain. We also found out that Princess Ruto is trapped inside Lord Jabbu-Jabbu's belly. And in this episode, well, we have no choice but to join her. So, let's drop that fish that we collected in the last episode in front of Mr. Jabu-Jabbu here, and wait for him to become a cannibal. He's gonna eat one of his own kind. How can he do that? It's terrible. It's awful. It's a tragedy. No, Link, you probably shouldn't stand so close. You might get sucked in. Oh, it's too late now. Well, I guess that's one way to get inside him. I probably could have worded that a little bit better. Regardless, we're inside Lord Jabbu-Jabbu's belly now, and I gotta admit, this is probably one of the weirdest areas of this game. You are gonna want to use your Deku Shield for here. I mean, there's no risk of it burning, so you might as well equip it, because you can actually use it to reflect these projectiles back at these Octoroks. They basically work the same way as Deku Scrubs. Now that they are out of the way, though, let's go ahead and equip ourselves our Slingshot and our Deku Nuts, because we're probably going to need those a little bit later on anyways. And watch out for the most feared enemy of any video game ever, the bubbles. You actually will take damage from those bubbles. I'm not even joking. Like, I think they do like maybe a quarter of a heart, but most of the time after they explode, or pop rather, they do drop some other hearts. Oh, and by the way, I do know about the item in Zora's Fountain that we could have collected, but we'll pick it up a little bit later. I just don't want to get it right now. I want to focus on this temple and get this out of the way. And what do we have going on here? A giant pulsating green tentacle, and who are you? I'm not sure I like where this is going. You? Who are you? I am Ruto, Princess of the Zoras. What? Are you saying my father asked you to come here to save me? I'd never ask anyone to do such a thing. Letter in a bottle? I have no idea what you're talking about. You signed your name at the end of that letter. What do you mean you have no idea? My father's worried about me. I don't care. Anyways, I can't go home right now. And you, get out of here. Understand? And where do you think you're going? Oh, smart. You just walk straight down a hole. Genius. Normally I would say let the dumb ones be, but it's probably in our best interest to go after her. Are you still hanging around here? I told you to go away. I'm okay. I've been going inside Lord Jabbu-Jabbu's belly since I was little, but Lord Jabbu-Jabbu is very strange today. There are electrified jellyfish and strange holes everywhere. On top of that, my precious stone was... But that's none of your business anyways. You, go home now, understand? I don't think so. You're that worried about me? Not really. Then I will give you the honor of carrying me. However, I won't leave until you find the thing I'm looking for. You'd better believe me. Are you serious right now? We had to carry this pretentious princess throughout this entire temple? Well, that is just going to be fantastically fun. And she sits directly on top of her head, too. Like, that cannot be fun for Link here. Like, that is going to be physically exhausting by the end of this temple, man. Alright, get up there, Ruto. First things first, there is a gold skull over here. There's 4 in total that we can collect in this temple. First being right there. Let's activate this switch. That way the water goes up and we can actually climb this vine and get that skull. And where if we're fast enough, we can actually get to the other side there. Now, all the way at the top of those vines, there's just a bunch of pots up there with some general restock items like Deku Nuts, seeds, and stuff like that. So we don't really need those. We're just going to move on and forget about them. Something that you can do that with Ruto that's kind of funny is if you target like the top thing, you can just throw her up there and use her to hit like the uvula or whatever that is to open up the next valve. Because you got to remember, we are inside like some being right now. So these are all organs. They're not like doors and switches as they once were. Now, all the way at the end of this corridor, there is something that you can actually dive and swim under. On the other side of this little cavern, I guess, is a business scrub. Now, he just sells a bunch of stuff that we don't need, so I'm not even going to bother showing it off. Instead, I want to ride this little elevator platform all the way back up to the top and go back into the sort of the hub room of this temple, I guess you could say, where we originally found the princess to begin with. So as you can see, we're already back there. We made a whole loop around. And there's that ominous tentacle, which is actually kind of our next goal. We need to get rid of the tentacles that are around Mr. Jabu-Jabbu here, and holy crap, that jellyfish came really, really close to us. In this room, there's a bunch of paths that you could go down, but we're going to go off to the right because you'll find out that this is like the only way that you can go. And there's a bunch of tentacles blocking our path, so let's step on this switch real quick. The switch, it looks like you can't press it down with your own weight alone, Link. Well, it's a good thing we got the fat princess with us then. At least she is somewhat useful. Alright, there we go. Let's go on inside. And you're going to want to bring Ruto with you wherever you go. I mean, if you drop her, she ends up back in that main room, but she will be really, really annoying when you go to pick her up again. She'll just complain a lot. In this room, we got these 3 little, like, stingray jellyfish enemies. If you drop a Deku Nut in the center, they all come up at the same time, so that's kind of cool. Then you can just use your slingshot to target them one by one and take them out that way. Although, if one of them gets close to you and hits you that way, then it becomes a little bit more difficult. And can I target you, please? Not the one in the ground, the one in the sky. There you go. You're being an anti-aircraft gunner right now. And where did he go? Alright. Other one, please. There we go. Nope! Dang it. I am so bad at targeting things. Alright, get up. You die, please. Thank you. And where's the last guy? There you are. You too, sir. Thank you very much. And if I stand in the right spot here, darn it, I missed it by that much. I wanted to stand on top of the chest, but oh well, we were close enough to it. Let's open this up and see what we get. Right off the bat, you get the item for this temple, the Boomerang. That's kind of awesome, not gonna lie. I mean, the Boomerang is really, really useful in this game. So let's equip that real quick. Instead of our Deku Nuts, we can use that instead now. Of course, they're going to make use of the Boomerang a lot, being that this is the dungeon that you just got it. And you can actually use it to take out these little parasitic worm things, but since you can just walk directly by them, and they can't really do anything about it, I'm not even going to bother taking the time. Now, this switch is blue, so it's a little bit different. You'll notice when you step on it, it will open the door, but the second you get off it, well, the door closes behind you. So, this is one instance where you actually can leave Ruto behind. If you put her on a switch, she will stay there and she won't respawn in the hub room. Instead, we're going to have to go on our own now, thankfully, and actually take on this giant parasitic tentacle, which is actually, I believe, its official name. Now, this is actually a lot easier in the 3DS version, in my opinion, and I believe it's because you can stay locked onto it the entire time. I don't remember, but I believe on the N64 version, it was a lot, like, harder to keep locked onto that guy, so it made like taking out these tentacles a lot harder. But on the 3DS, it's really, really easy. That could be due to the scale of the game. Now, I'm not entirely sure on this, but they might have scaled down the game just slightly on the 3DS. But there we go. We got the dungeon map, by the way, our first generic temple item. The second one we can actually go pick up right after this, believe it or not. But yeah, I think they scale it down just a little bit to make things a little bit easier and to fit the 3DS's screen. Again, I'm not entirely sure of that, but that's just my theory. How inconsiderate. How could you leave me behind? If you're a man, act like one. Take responsibility. Well, excuse me, princess. Let's go to this next room down over here now. The red slimy thing is gone. That must be because you cut the red tail. Will that work with the other ones too? Well, gee, I don't know, Navi. I guess there's only one way to find out. So, in this room, we can actually get our next, or the last, generic temple item, but we gotta take out all these bubbles in the next 36 seconds, which is kind of odd. You know, I don't even know what happens if you fail this, because I've never done it before. And believe it or not, running into them is a legit strategy for this room. Like, of course, you can take it out the boring way by, you know, throwing your boomerang or shooting it with your, slingshot. Or you can just run head on into them and take them out that way. And honestly, it's probably faster. Alright, so let's open up this chest and get our second generic dungeon item, which is, of course, the compass, which isn't really that useful in this temple. And all, there was a heart there before, but I guess it disappeared during the cutscene. That's no fair. I kind of wanted to collect that. So if you remember, all the way back on the other side of this room was a pulsating tentacle that we saw when we first got in here, and it matched the same color of the parasite that we destroyed in the other room. So now that this pathway is open for us. So that's sort of where this gimmick comes into play. There's a blue one over here, and there's a blue giant one blocking the path in the middle. So if we take this tentacle out, chances are that one back in the middle will be gone there. So same thing as the last room. Just, you know, get close enough for it to come down. Shoot your boomerang back up at it. Do that 4 times, and it's gone. You don't even get, like, items from these rooms anymore, I don't think. I don't even think the last one gives you a chest or anything like that. I think it just opens the door and allows you to go back. I'm not entirely sure on that. We'll find out in a quick second. I mean, we're about to go over there anyways. So as you can see, the parasite that was here is gone now as well. And we've got one more to do. This one's green. It matches the one back in the hub room. What you're going to want to do here, though, is actually take out all the jellyfish first. It's going to make your life a lot easier, and watch out for when that guy goes berserk mode. But yeah, it's going to make your life a lot easier to take them out. Plus, you need to get rid of them all anyways to actually open the door. But here we go. One more of these giant tentacle things to go, and we should be almost done with this temple, actually. We're about halfway done, I would say, at this point. Alright, come on down, sir, and there we go. Get at me, bro. Get at me. Yeah, unfortunately no chest that time. Like, not even any hearts, like, fell from the sky or anything like that. Or even rupees would have been nice. I would take anything. But, whatever. Easy enough, I suppose. Let's just go back to the hub room now and drop down that hole that green tentacle was blocking, which I believe is... I hope I'm right here. It's easy to get confused, but I think it's this one. And yes, it was. Fantastic. Alright, and over here we have 2 gold skulltulas, so we can use our slingshot to take these guys out. You could also use the boomerang. It takes 2 shots with either item, but I prefer to use the slingshot to take them out, and then of course the boomerang to pick them up. Now, the boomerang has one minor flaw with it. Unfortunately, when you're going to attack items, if you're not locked onto it, it's kind of hard to aim it. So, like, the best way to do it is use Link's, or the back of Link's head as a reticule, and pretty much if you can't see the item, you will probably be able to collect it. Stop kicking me in the face! That's it! That's what I've been looking for! Throw me up there, onto the platform! Hey! If I didn't know any better, that looks like a spiritual stone! That is our thing. How dare that? Ruto, you can't do that. That's our thing that we do when we get items. Princess Ruto got the spiritual stone. But why Princess Ruto? I would ask myself the same exact thing, game. Oh my goodness, I finally found my mother's stone. I got very upset when Lord Jabbu-Jabbu swallowed it. While I was feeding him, he suddenly swallowed me. I was so surprised I dropped it inside. Wait, you said you've been inside him many times before as a kid, so why was that surprising to you? But now that I've found it, I don't need to be in here anymore. So, take me home right now. You know, I think they had some different writers in this game, because there are some major continuity issues. Uh-oh, what's going on? Ruto, where are you going? What is this? An octopus? Oh, hello, Giant Octorok. How are you this fine day? Alright, so here's the mini-boss of this temple. This guy... It's kind of easy. There's like a few different ways that you can beat him, but I'm going to do it the easiest way, and that's basically this. When he spins around, try and stun him when his little like weak spot is facing you. Of course, this was a lot easier on the N64 version. On the 3DS version, I think they made it a lot harder to stun him while he's spinning around, or impossible to stun him while he's spinning around. I mean, you can technically do it, but your timing has to be pretty much perfect. Like that. So when his weak spot's facing you, you just hit him in the butt like that. Do that 4 times, and he's pretty much done. He's a fairly easy boss. Now, I know this is going to seem really, really bad, but I actually forgot to beat him the legit way. Like, I learned this way of beating him a long, long time ago, and I actually can't remember the normal way to beat him. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just as simple as stunning him and then running all the way around or something like that, but it's so much easier just to do it this way. Like, you barely have to even move to do it like this. There's hit number 3, and one more should do it. There's actually another tactic that you can do. You can actually allow him to hit you, and then when he hits you, he automatically turns around, and then you can just stun him with the boomerang directly after that. I think you can also use a Deku Nut to stun him as well, but the stun on the Deku Nut does not last nearly as long as the stun from the boomerang. And dude, can you work with me real quick? You just got 1 hit left. Like, come on now. Is that going to do it? No. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to do the letting him hit me tactic if this doesn't work now. So let's just throw the boomerang one more time, and is that going to work for me? No, it is not. Well, I stunned him again at least, so come on. Alright, so there you go. He hits you, and then if you're quick enough, you can stun him with your boomerang and then hit him like that. It works out either way. 4 hits and he's done. Like I said, pretty easy mini-boss. And there you go, mini-boss defeated. Now, unfortunately, we still have quite a bit of this temple to do, so we will do that in the next episode. Once again, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.